Hello, World Wide Web. Welcome back to the Hangin With Web Show. I'm GW Pomichter. Thank you so much for logging on and tuning in. Happy holidays, everyone. Merry Christmas. I hope you're out there right now getting ready to celebrate. We are here at the Melbourne Square Mall at author Jamie England's Authors in a Box event. And we're here hanging out right now with children's author Violet Favero, aka Silly YaYa.
Hi.
We're going to talk, we'll explain that. Or will we? You don't know. We might. So you have the Silly YaYa books. These are children's books. So you were just sitting around one day and that name just came to you. Let's tell us a story.
Well, by heritage, I'm Greek.
Okay.
And the grandmother name, if you're Greek, is YaYa, spelled Y-I-A-Y-I-A.
Okay.
But I decided Y-A-Y-A was easier to write. So.
And for the little ones, it's easier
yes.
to read, definitely.
So that's how I became YaYa.
Okay. So, and you're a grandma.
And I'm a grandma. I have 8 granddaughters.
Wow.
And number 9 on the way.
Fantastic.
Yes.
We have our 3rd grandchild on the way. And I thought that was enough. Actually, no. I want the other boys to start having babies one of these days.
Yes.
So yeah, I had mostly boys. So the idea of granddaughters is kind of cool.
So we have a lot of bows and sparkles.
Bows and sparkles.
Yes.
Say, well, we're make a note. Dina, we need to know these things. Bows and sparkles.
Bows and sparkles.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So tell us about the Silly YaYa stories.
So because I had such a unique grandmother name, YaYa, I thought you can't go into the Hallmark store and buy a picture frame that says YaYa or a greeting card that says YaYa. So I decided I would write a book for grandmothers who had the same dilemma as me. I have an unusual grandmother name.
Nice.
So Silly YaYa was born out of that idea. And I have lots of different grandmother names in the book, names that are ethnic, like mine.
Okay.
I have names that nobody knows why that's their grandparent name. Sometimes a child just uses a word. For instance, they call my husband Bobbis.
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 Okay.
Nobody knows what that means or where it came from, but one of our older granddaughters just started saying that.
It.
Right, they would say Grandpa, and she would go, Bobbis. So,
okay.
So that was born. So that's a little bit about how the Silly YaYa book was born. And I can be clumsy, and I can say goofy things. You know, when you're a grandparent, you purposefully do silly things.
Well, yes.
To make your grandchildren laugh. And so when I do something silly, they would say to me, and that's why we call you Silly YaYa. And there was the title of my first book.
That's fantastic. Now, what kind of stories are these?
So they're for toddlers through about 1st grade.
Okay.
But they're really family stories and family books to be shared with the family.
Okay.
So the first one, Silly YaYa, is about the silly grandparent names. The second one is called Sunday Dinner at Silly YaYa's, and that's about that lost tradition we have now in this country of having Sunday dinner and sitting down together and talking about what happened in our week and trying to problem solve and telling, you know, the grandfather always has the bad jokes and
I've had those bad jokes for a long time.
Yeah, and they're going to get worse as you get older.
I'm saving them up. I'm saving them up when the grandbabies are a little bit bigger. That's right. Well, I lie. I haven't saved them up entirely. I used to use them to just embarrass my boys.
Right. So you'll acquire a whole new set of jokes for the grandchildren. A whole new set of embarrassing
jokes. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like growing a new skill.
You will.
I love it. I love it. So Sunday dinner at Silly YaYa's is sort of talks about those family traditions, those times when we sit together.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And you have another one here too.
Yeah, my third book is called Unky Monkey Lives at the Zoo, and that was named Amazon's #1 new release in its genre.
Unky Monkey Lives at the Zoo.
Can you say that? Unky Monkey lives at the zoo.
If she did that one more time, I swear we'd be doing it to the same rhythm, because I can like feel that.
Well, this is the book that I do school readings for.
Oh, fantastic.
And so very often at the readings we do that. Unky Monkey lives at the zoo.
You were doing it. I know you were doing it at home. They were doing it behind the cameras. I know it.
You couldn't help it.
So what is your favorite holiday tradition?
So my favorite holiday tradition is we have a YaYa's Christmas cookie and crafting extravaganza.
YaYa's cookie?
Christmas cookie and crafting
extravaganza. Awesome. And I'm going to her house.
And it sounds just like what it is. We make lots of Christmas cookies and lots of crafts. So the Christmas cookie making is going on in the kitchen. And I pre-measure all the dry ingredients first, all the recipes, so that things can go quicker when you've got a lot of little ones in the kitchen.
Now, how old are your grandchildren? From where to where?
They range in age from 24 months to adult.
24 months to adult. Wow, it's a lot of crafts. It's been crafting a long time. So, Christmas cookies and craft, that's a cool tradition.
And so, the cookie that means the most is the Grinch cookie. It's a green cookie, and then we put a candy heart in the middle. Because Christmas isn't about the presents, Christmas is about love.
Absolutely.
And the Grinch discovers that, and so when we're baking and laughing and having a good time, we try to remember that Christmas is not about the presents.
That is fantastic. That is awesome. Everybody that watches the show, you all know Christmas for us is a very special time. The entire season is special because this season is it's about hope. It's about what we're gonna, what's coming. And it's about the so much of the time we focus on what we know, what's for certain, our paychecks and our lives and our daily life. Christmas is a time when we get to celebrate the uncertainty that gives us all hope. Next year could be the best year of all, or the worst. But it's in that ambiguity that we find something worth going on.
And without hope, we have nothing.
Absolutely. So that's fantastic, guys. Okay, so we want to get inside your head a little bit, let your readers and their parents get to know Silly YaYa a little bit, okay? So, with all those grandchildren, a lot of ice cream.
Yes.
So, what's the best sundae? What's the ultimate sundae?
Oh boy, so we do a lot of sundaes. So probably a brownie topped with vanilla ice cream, and then we do chocolate sauce, caramel sauce, strawberry sauce, chocolate sprinkles, colored sprinkles, whipped cream, and then a cherry.
I'm moving in with YaYa. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now you have granddaughters.
All granddaughters.
All granddaughters. And we're in Florida here. Favorite Disney princess?
Well, Mulan. Did I say that right?
Mulan.
She's the newest Disney warrior, little girl warrior, who I think the little girls are looking at as an example that I can lead, I can be brave, and I can be anything that I want to be.
Awesome.
So I'm going to think that. Plus, we've watched the movie 5,800.
Amen, sister. Oh, my Lord. Yeah, well, we tell people all the time, in our house, we have the one girl. She's currently off serving in the Air Force, so we tell people all the time, princesses don't wear tiaras anymore, they wear ribbons.
That's right. You're absolutely right.
So,
absolutely.
Okay, so what's the next Silly YaYa book coming?
Okay, my next book should be out in the spring of this coming spring, and it's called Silly YaYa and Gracie's RV Misadventure.
Ooh, an RV. I'm not a camper, so if you're going on an RV with me, it's a misadventure.
So this is about a dog who travels with Silly YaYa in the RV, and I really do travel in an RV doing book readings at schools.
Oh, fantastic.
And on the last night of the trip, the dog realizes, oh my God, I've lost my blanket. The blanket I've had since a puppy. I can't sleep without it. What am I going to do? So she's like, YaYa, listen, pay attention, hello, help me out here.
Yeah.
So she retraces her steps of all the places they've been in the country and all the things that have gone wrong.
which is a great cross-country trip.
Like taking a shower with a goat, like getting ice and a snake is wrapped around the ice machine.
That would be frightening.
And in the end, Gracie, so she draws a map to remember every place she's been, to retrace her steps, and she can't find her blanket, and she's distraught, and she's very dramatic. And she gets home and sees that she never brought the blanket on the trip at all. And she's now realized that she's a big girl. She doesn't need to sleep with that blanket anymore.
Amazing. And at the same time get to retrace all of those fantastic stories and all along the journey. That is fantastic. Guys, you got to check out these books. We're going to throw links down below so that you can find Violet on the internet, her website and Facebook pages and all those great places where you can kind of cyberstalk Silly YaYa, find out when that cookie and crafting thing is happening so you can get over to the house and have a good time. We're going to wrap it up. As we do, we're going to say thank you to our partners and our friends at Something Unique Magazine, Space Coast Comics, Wordfire Press, Famous Faces and Funnies, author Yvonne Mason at Off the Chain Radio, Heather Reed at Asylum Convention and Entertainment Services, and of course our great new friends at the Brevard Renaissance Fair, as well as Jamie Engel, who's invited us to come in here and talk to these fantastic creative writers at Authors in a Box at the Melbourne Square Mall. I'm GW Pomichter. I've been hanging with Violet Favero, aka Silly YaYa. Check out those links down below and find those books for your kids this holiday season. Again, remember folks, subscribe, log on, tune in, and see who we're hanging with next.